From 20,000, it went to as low as 3,000. So I was thinking that if it goes down, probably it will go to 2,000. It will go to $2,000 per Bitcoin. But if it really is the what people are saying that it's the currency of the future, then just going back to 20,000, my upside would be relatively bigger. So to answer your question, 2018, it was purely a diversification play for me that I just wanted, okay, I'll have a slice of it. I don't know if it will be the currency of the future or not, but I want to position.
Come on, Tash. How long have you wanted this for? And it kind of reminded me of my goals and my motivations. And I thought, I'm just going to apply to a few jobs just to give me that sense of security, you know? I applied to some jobs, sure. I sent out CVs. I felt better. And as I was waiting for them to come in and I got some responses, I thought, you know what? I don't want an interview. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to continue on this path, even if it's risky.
I didn't tell you this because this is a surprise to the guests also, that if there's anything that you'd like to ask from a business or investing standpoint, what would it be? Just 3 questions, and then I'll try my best also to answer you.
I know it's your realm, and it's something that I do not understand. First of all, what is Bitcoin and what is the big deal with it?
Okay.
Why is everybody going crazy over NFTs?
Are you invested in Bitcoin? Not really. You're trying
It scares me.
Okay.
It scares me. It's so new.
So backstory. I've been a traditional investor all my life. I've been investing in the stock market now maybe for 15 years, and I've heard about Bitcoin somewhere around 2013. And when I heard about it, I dismissed it. I thought it was a scam. I thought it was a bubble that after the last person would buy it, then it would drop. Then I was in Taiwan. I think it was around 2017 Christmas time, and then Bitcoin was around 19,000-20,000 at that time. It kept going up. Then I was already warning people that this might it might crash already. It might go down. And true enough, a few months after that, it started to crash from 20,000 to around it went to a low of around 3,000 first quarter of 2018. And I was March 2018. I was in Dubai, and when I was in Dubai, a friend told me that I'm not gonna let you go home until you invest in crypto, or at least try it out. So at that time already, if you look at the story, I heard about it 2013. It was 2018. It was 5 years already. So in the middle also, I had some time to study it. I had some time also to look at what's happening, because if it was a pump and dump, if it was a bubble, if it was a scam, it wouldn't last that long. From Bitcoin started 2008, 2009, it was already 2018, so it was already out for a decade. If it would have been something that would not last, it wouldn't last for a decade. If it was just a long con, it wouldn't last for a decade. And at that point already, it was billions already worth of, so this might be a technical term, in market capitalization, and it would be already bigger than a lot of the companies that are listed in stock exchanges in different parts of the world already. So as I studied Bitcoin, this is what I realized. Okay, my rules for investing are, I'll only invest money that if it goes to zero, I'm totally okay with it. I'm investing profits that are part of what I got from the stock market. So it's not just something that if it goes to zero, I'm okay, but it's something that came from it. It's not anymore my fresh capital. It's something that came from earnings of sorts. And as I studied Bitcoin, I looked at it through the years that when it drops, it goes down 80-90% around that period. So from 20,000, it went to as low as 3,000. So I was thinking that if it goes down, probably it will go to 2,000. It will go to $2,000 per Bitcoin. But if it really is what people are saying that it's the currency of the future, then just going back to 20,000, my upside would be relatively bigger. So to answer your question, 2018, it was purely a diversification play for me that I just wanted, okay, I'll have a slice of it. I don't know if it will be the currency of the future or not, but I want to position. And what's interesting about that, like what you said, we were talking about earlier, when you take the leap or when you try something, it forces you to understand it more. Then when the lockdown happened, so prior to the lockdown, by the way, I would travel a lot also. I'd normally be out of Manila 6 months in a year. I would have like 60 flights per year. So I didn't have the time to study. When the lockdown happened, I had so much time in my hands. And as I started to study it, it made me realize that Bitcoin is game-changing technology. Every it's just digitization of everything that we're seeing. It's just that it's finance. That's why it's harder to understand for a lot of people. Let me give you this example. DVDs, VCDs. When you watch something before, you would pay for a DVD or a VCD right now. Correct?
Yeah.
But right now, I try to look at Doctor Strange, the US Doctor Strange movie. It's on YouTube. You can buy it or you can rent it. And lo and behold, it's around $10 just to buy the Doctor Strange film in YouTube. But if you look at it, you don't own anything. You don't own a cartridge. It's just a digital copy that you can actually access. So why am I saying this? We've seen digital transformation from Wikipedia, from encyclopedias, Spotify, YouTube. Bitcoin is just an iteration where you get to store value, something like gold, in a digitized manner. There's nowhere in the world where you can send money. You're in Barcelona right now. I'm in Manila. I can send assets to you at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night. Banks are closed. Western Union is closed. You get to send an asset, and in a few minutes, it's there. And it's borderless. It doesn't matter if you don't have a lot of people don't get to have accounts in banks, or they don't get to have loans, but this somehow gives people the ability now to self-custody ownership. Think about people in Ukraine. If they had Bitcoin, they could go to another country and store value already. I can't do that if I have a piece of land. If I need to transfer, I have to sell that land. I can't transfer the land that I own here to in Barcelona. I know I answered too long, but Bitcoin is digitization of property. Bitcoin is digitization of ownership. And it's just hard to grasp right now because, like what you said, it's so early. The same way that people didn't understand Facebook in 2006, the same way as people didn't understand the internet in 1995. But give it a decade, people will understand it more. And there will be people that I'll say this. There's a curve where there are certain people who don't use technology, but they're forced to use it because, for example, analog phones. The people who bought smartphones were the ones that, because no one was selling analog phones anymore, they had to force them to buy smartphones, and that's what technology is. Technology is just, it just moves forward. It doesn't go back. And I'll answer NFTs very quick. NFTs to me is just basically this. Do you play video games?
Oh yeah, I love them.
What's your favorite game?
I'm a diehard Super Mario fan.
Have you ever bought anything in game, or have you had friends that have bought stuff inside the game?
Oh yeah, like Candy Crush, for example.
Yeah, so that's what
More life.
that's what NFTs are basically. It's a digitization also of either something that you value a lot that you can get in game. So I'm just using an example in game, but a lot of people who spent money in Candy Crush, whatever they spent there, they can't take it out anymore. It's literally money that's there. But for it's ownership, bits and pieces of the game, that if you want to gift whatever you bought as an NFT, you could give it to someone. You could give it also to your children, to your children's children, or in the same way you could swap it or also sell it. So even the top games right now, if you want to move it to another place, you can't, because it's in one ecosystem. NFTs now give people the ability to be able to have it. Concerts, conferences, I think in the future there'll be NFTs. You buy the NFT. As long as you hold that NFT, you can attend this conference for the next 5 years. And these are the perks that you have also when you get this NFT. NFTs also will be the next Clubhouse, meaning There's a restaurant in New York that's opening. The only people that could enter are the people who own this NFT. So something like that. NFTs are
Okay.
access.
You answered it in a way that I haven't heard before, because I did watch a lot of videos on it, especially when I'm traveling. I see these little Bitcoin signs, like you can pay for a coffee with Bitcoin nowadays in certain places, but you answered it brilliantly. But I've got the third question if you're ready. I know you said that you don't want to maybe invest in land, or it's not as good as investing in Bitcoin, right? But if you could invest in land or a business in any country in the world, where would it be?
Over the past decade, I'm not really a business operator. That's why I love investing, because when you invest, you don't handle people, you don't do marketing, you don't do customer service. Those are the things that I like to skip out. That's why I want to be an investor. Of course, there are pros and cons of running your own business. You get to steer it the way you want. You have bigger upside also because you control a lot of the things. You control your margins. You control how you can somehow steer how the business will go. You can't do that as an invest. You can't do that as an investor. I don't know what business I'd start, but if there's a place that I'd like to set up base, either Spain, either Spain, or I'm also looking at Australia. But what I like about Spain is it's very close to of course EU, but it's also close to Dubai right now, where Dubai is now the hotspot for a lot of people who are building off crypto, and it's relatively easier to go from Spain to North America and back to Asia also, versus if you're in Australia. If you're in Australia, maybe you're farming or you just want to stay in that area. But those are the two places that I'm looking at. That's why I'm talking to you also, because you know more about all of these things. And I want to say this, that I like what you said, that you surrounded yourself with people that when you ask for help, because I'm not really an expert in migrating and living in other places. I love traveling. My wife loves traveling, but it's different when you're a tourist versus really looking at it from a mindset that you're living there, something like that. So I'd say Spain, and then because you said Barcelona, so maybe Barcelona in Spain, and then maybe if you'll let me rank it, Spain, Australia, and then I'll put Canada also. I Canada is something that's fascinating also for me. So
Quite a diversity you've got there. You've got like the freezing cold, then you've got nice and hot, delicious food, and then like an island.
but here's what's interesting. I don't know if you know this. Here in Asia, we don't like the heat. We like the cold. And from people in Canada or in Europe, they like the sun. They like the heat more. You know what's one of the most bought cosmetic item here?
Sunscreen?
Nope.
No.
I think in Southeast Asia, in Manila or in the Philippines.
I don't know. Sunscreen was my guess.
You'll be shocked when I say it.
What is it?
Whitening.
Seriously? For
Yeah.
your teeth?
No, for your skin. For your skin.
What?
Yeah, so
I have no words.
yeah. So like in Europe or in North America, people spend money to be tan. Here it's the opposite. People spend money to be whiter. So another interesting thing.
I've been to Asia a few times. I used to live in Vietnam, and the last place I was in Asia was actually the Philippines. But I didn't see that at all.
Really? So try to go to the department stores and try to look at the ads that are out. And here's the thing. So I'll give you more proof of that. When you're in Europe or in your North America, people go where the sun is, right? Here, when there's the sun, people go to the shade. They don't like even if you go to the beaches here, you'll see more people who are more covered as compared to Europe. So yeah, because they don't like to either get dark or yeah. Anyway,
Do you think there's a reason behind it? I'm curious.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I guess it's the same reason why people want to get tan, or it's the same here that we're tan. You want to get whiter, I guess. Yeah. So anyways,
Interesting.
where can they reach you? Your channel, your social media.
For sure. I'm on YouTube, Natasha Bergen. And if you're interested in the course, it's natashabergen.teachable.com. And I'm also on Instagram. So it's BergenNat, BergenNat. And that's actually the best place if you want to ask me questions about traveling or moving abroad. That's where most people come. Or if that's not your thing, also hello natashabergen@gmail.com.
So I'll put everything down below. I'll put the links down below so you can converse with Natasha. She's very not just smart, but she'll entertain your questions for sure. So I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope you got a lot from this entire episodes with Natasha, and I hope that it was something that added value to all of you. So here's what we'll do: if you have questions, put them down below, and then what I'll do is, based on the questions you have, we'll see if we can get Natasha also to come back to answer all of your questions as well. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.